Mm-hmm.
Hello there. Welcome. Hello there. Welcome back to Quinta Katinka. By the way, if you don't know, my name's Robin.
And I'm Katja.
Today we thought we'd show you what we've done with Katja's house. Three and a half years progress. Basically doing everything on our own. Although we did have 8 days of help from a roofer guy who helped us put the big timbers up for the roof. But apart from that, we've done everything on our own. A lot of trial and error, see what works, see what doesn't. And hopefully you'll think we've done a fairly good job. So we'll start by looking at the outside, looking at the terrace, and then going around the house to see what we've done. And we'll finish up going inside and seeing the transformation that we achieved.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's have a look at the terrace first. Bear in mind there was nothing here. This just went down into the bare earth. So we built a border out of concrete blocks running around the outside. Then we actually put down some aggregate and then sand. And then we actually had to go all over the countryside and we found lots of stones. And spent a long time laying them all out in jigsaw style. And then finally we put hello ants. We put a mortar mix in between them. You may be wondering why we've got this shade netting up here. That's purely because it's been so hot lately that we're trying to shade the stones of the terrace so they don't get quite so hot. It's just temporary for the hottest part of the summer, but all these plants like it quite a lot too. Okay, let's go and have a look around the side and the back of the house now. Follow me. Okay, so just outside the terrace, we put all these stones again to make a nice walkway. If you're wondering what this is all about, I actually put it up last winter when there was a howling cold gale coming in this direction and you could hardly step out onto the terrace. So I made a windbreak and we just decided to leave it there. Why not? I should say a word about the pointing. There was no pointing at all here really. There were just big holes between all the stones with a bit of loose earth. So a lot of work was put in to do all this pointing, mainly by Katja, I must say. I didn't do a lot of it. I think you'll agree she did a very good job and it looks like a very nice wall now. So coming up the side, again there was nothing here, it was just bare earth. We managed to find a lot of cobbles. These are all reclaimed cobbles that were being chucked out. So we saved them along with these long stones we actually found on the farm. And we made this very nice stairway. Doesn't go to heaven, it goes round to the back of the house. Gets a little bit narrow here, but that's because of this completely natural mountain that we have behind the house. So around the back of the house here, again lots of reclaimed cobbles to make this area a nice place to walk. And in actual fact, this window didn't exist when we came here. We just literally took out the stones and then rebuilt it and had the window made and put in. And moving further around the back, hello little one, we are building an extension, a kind of summer garden-ish extension, but we'll talk about that in another video. That's a completely different subject.
Well, the main purpose is a shower and bathroom thing.
Still.
Okay.
And this here is the very first thing I built. This is our compost toilet shack. It's a little bit rough and ready, but it's survived 3.5 years worth of storms and summer. But again, another video to talk about the whys and wherefores of a compost toilet, I think. So coming down the side of the new extension, obviously we made more steps, more stones, with a lot more to come. We'll put in some kind of windows, doors in here eventually. And then we come back round to the terrace.
So this is the inside of my house. This is the kitchen corner, living room with fireplace. Robin built me this beautiful bookshelf recently. And this is the window we already mentioned that wasn't here before. And my bed, one day it shall be a raised bed, so I have really a lot of space under it. It's a tiny house with 30 square meters, so you think about space a lot. This is my office corner. I'm working mostly on the laptop.
Yeah, this was the first project we did, the first renovation we did. It was quite a lot of work. Obviously all the walls had to be done. The ceiling was a very big job. Pinning all these, they're actually very thin tongue and groove. Up there, upside down, it was a lot of work, but a nice finish in the end. The kitchen, yeah, we made all these, the table, the cabinets, everything to fit. Here, the kitchen sink here, we get our water supply from our big water butt over there. And when it drains out, we've got it draining out past the terrace into the herb bed, so the water doesn't go to waste. We have a wood burning stove, nothing fancy, not an expensive one, but it's actually very efficient. Puts out a lot of heat, keeps the house nice and warm in the winter. For wood, the farm provides, really. We just pick up waste pieces of wood from around the farm and cut them to size, so we really don't have to buy any wood. An added bonus is that the top gets nice and hot. We can actually cook on here, or at least reheat stuff, and it's great for making cookies. As we said, this was all a solid wall, so we actually took out the stones and then cleaned up the edges, and then had this window made to fit. Put in place. Makes a very big difference having this extra amount of light coming in. And that's also a nice view of our little mountain. So having done the walls and the roof, we then did the floor. And what we've got here are beams running in this direction, set into concrete like pyramids. The hardest part was getting the beams to be level, of course. And then we've got these floorboards, I think they're 22mm tongue and groove, which I did try to nail in place going into the tongue so the nails would be hidden, but without having a nail gun, I found that trying to hammer those nails in, I just wasn't accurate enough, and I wasn't hard and fast enough, and I kept splitting off the tongue. So in the end, we decided to actually screw them into place. Not quite so neat, but good and sturdy. It's a nice strong floor. When we were first here, we didn't have a lot of money, and we
still don't have a lot of money.
What?
We still don't have a lot of money.
Okay, we still don't have a lot of money, but we didn't have any windows. I actually fabricated some frames and then made double glazing with plastic bags, which sounds ridiculous, but it worked for quite a while, until from our window guy we got some old glass from him. When he fits windows, he takes the old ones out, so he let us have some of this glass for free, and then we just built these frames in and fitted the glass into it. They don't open, which may be a little bit of a drawback sometimes, but for free, they're great windows.
And as the door is always open in the summer, it's not a problem to have.
The door is always open,
yeah.
So there you go. This is the original door that was in here when we came. To get a new door would actually be pretty expensive. So we decided to just keep this old one. It is rather beautiful, And we just strengthened it up a bit, especially on the inside. Resurfaced the inside of it, put an extra lock on, and it's a totally serviceable door for free. Yeah, all right.
What do you think?
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little look around Katja's house.
I wanted to say.
Say it.
So that was the tour of my little house. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, then please write them in the comments and we will try to answer them.
Yes, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe ring that little bell so you get notified when we release some more videos. Cheers.